This is a perfect breather episode. Emotional, tense, but still pushing the plot forward. We'll slow it down just enough, then drop something big at the end. Out of Hours Detectives, Episode 9, Fragments. Morning light spilled across the city. For once, no chaos, no gunfire, just quiet. Bay's Cafe, 9:45 a.m. The bell above the door chimed softly. John Marshall sat at a small table, coffee untouched. He looked tired, more than usual. The door opened again. Lisa O'Kay walked in. She spotted him immediately, paused, then walked over. "Am I late?" she asked. John shook his head. "No, I've been here a while." Lisa sat down across from him. Awkward silence settled between them. The conversation, Lisa looked at her hands. "Your dad? How is he?" John exhaled slowly. "Confused. Doesn't remember much after everything." Lisa nodded. "I'm sorry." John gave a small shrug. "Not your fault." A pause. Then Lisa said quietly, "Some of it is." John looked up. "Lisa." "No," she said, shaking her head. "I crossed lines more than once." Her voice was steady but honest. "I can't pretend I didn't." John leaned back slightly. "Yeah," he said, "you did." That hung in the air. Lisa almost smiled. "You're not great at softening things, you know that?" John smirked faintly. "Never been my strength." Another pause. Then John spoke again. "I should have told you about my dad." Lisa met his eyes. "Yeah, you should have." They both sat there for a moment. Then Lisa sighed. "Guess we're both terrible at trust." John nodded. "Guess so." The shift. Lisa leaned forward slightly. "But we're still here," she said. John looked at her. "Yeah." She held his gaze. "So what do we do about that?" John didn't answer right away. Then he said simply, "We fix it." Lisa raised an eyebrow. "Just like that?" John shrugged. "One step at a time." A small smile finally broke through. "All right," she said. "One step." Elsewhere, a dim room, screens glowing, files spread everywhere. Marbella Smith stood in the center of it all, focused, precise. Rodney hovered nearby, holding a half-eaten snack. "So you've been at this all night?" Marbella didn't look up. "Yes." Rodney nodded. "Cool, cool, healthy." She ignored him. "Then I found something." Rodney straightened. "Okay, that sounds important." Marbella pulled up a file. Blueprints, detailed, complex. Rodney squinted. "That the machine?" Marbella nodded. "Not just a machine," she said. "A network." Rodney blinked. "Define network." Marbella turned the screen toward him. "Multiple locations across the city." His face dropped. "Oh, that's bad." The reveal. Marbella crossed her arms. "This isn't experimental," she said. "It's operational." Rodney ran a hand through his hair. "So he's not testing it." Marbella finished it. "He's deploying it." Rodney looked at her. "How many?" Marbella's voice was calm. "Enough." Back at the cafe. John and Lisa sat in a quieter moment now. Less tension. Not gone, but better. Lisa took a sip of her coffee. "Feels weird," she said. John raised an eyebrow. "What does?" She shrugged. "Not arguing." John smirked slightly. "Give it time." Lisa laughed softly. For the first time in a while, it felt normal. Then John's phone buzzed. He checked it. His expression changed. Lisa noticed immediately. "What is it?" John looked up. "It's Marbella." Final scene, cut to Marbella's voice over the phone. Calm, direct. "You need to come in," she said. A beat. "It's bigger than we thought." John and Lisa exchanged a look, that fragile piece already cracking under pressure. Lisa stood first. "One step at a time, right?" John nodded, standing with her. "Yeah." They headed for the door. Across the city, lights flickered, machines hummed, and somewhere Trav watched it all unfold. This episode gives you John and Lisa beginning to reconcile. Not